Hello YouTube. I'm gonna show you something. This is some growth that I have on my onions in a garden tower. It's a self-composting tower, and if you can see the size of my hand on my growth, these onions were planted the same time that I have planted them in my aquaponics. They've probably been in the ground about, maybe a month now. And for those of you who grow moringa trees, you see that? That's a moringa. And I thought the winter, the cold here in Florida, had killed them. And as I was pulling them out of the pots, I noticed that the roots, which kind of resemble carrots, were looking quite juicy still, that they weren't dead. So I planted them just to see. And sure enough, they sprouted right back. And you're looking at maybe 2 weeks growth right there. From what I understand, they should grow somewhere around 17 feet in a year is what I was told by some people at a place called Morningstar Fisherman's, which is an aquaponics research center located not too far from here. But you've seen the growth on my onions I have growing right there, and I want to show you what they look like in the aquaponics. Now, like I said, they've been planted for about 2 months. We're walking over to my aquaponics setup here. I'm just amazed at the amount of growth that these things have in such a short period of time. Now, we're looking at my onions here. Look at that. We're talking, that thing is as long as my arm is. I mean, it comes all the way up my arm. My peppers. There's my homemade zip grow towers. Now, I broke down and I bought some peppers from, I believe these particular ones came from Walmart in their garden center. And when I planted them in the ground, I planted them in the aquaponics. I put them in here. I had a couple that I put inside here. You can see where I had it. And that one is a habanero. And I wasn't getting the kind of growth I wanted on it. And there it is right there. Now, I'll give you a little bit of size. See my hand. That's the size that all these peppers were literally about 3 weeks ago. And now, the same peppers, those are those red and orange bell peppers growing in that one tower right there. They're like 4 times the size of that. And if you can hear right now, my bell cycling is cycling. And all I'm running right now is in my fish tank are actual goldfish right now, little feeder fish. When I got them, they were probably maybe that long. And now I got some in there in about, I've had it in there about 2.5 months, 3 months. I got some in there that are that big now. And look at this right here, even though I do have a few peppers in here, this is going to be my tomato aquaponics. And there's a tomato that was given to me, and I put in here that when I got it, it was probably about this tall when I got it. And I thought the cold had killed it. You can actually see the original stalk right here. That's about how tall it was. Maybe slightly taller before the cold got a hold of it, but it has bounced back great since the winter. And The little bell siphon here is going to get ready to cycle here in a minute. But this is my beginner's aquaponics setup, and I am amazed at the growth that I'm getting out of that. I mean, it's onions planted at the same time as in that garden tower. But that's my brief update of my small but functioning quite well aquaponics setup. Have a good night.